It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, it's showtime. What's happening, everybody? The Geno Jones Show is coming to you live right here, right now. Yeah, I'm this guy right here. Me, Geno Jones. And I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. in Chicago, Central Time. Chicago, maybe in St. Louis, Memphis, Houston, Dallas. 3:30 out on the West Coast, out in Los Angeles, up in Portland, Oregon, with my daughter, Boogie, a.k.a. Lauren Hill Vaughn, and my son-in-law, Jonathan R. Seattle, Washington. And I think 1:30 if you're out in Hawaii. All right. Please subscribe to the Geno Jones channel. You and everybody you know and don't know, everybody you love and like and you can't stand and hate. All of you, aliens, everybody, strangers, subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Please like and share every episode. So, today, President Biden held his first news conference as president for 2 hours. So, my monologue is really going to be a special commentary. It's going to be some humor. It's going to be some heat and a few other things. A little bit into humanity, too, I hope. We'll talk about that. Speaking of the president, some good news. Because, we focus. I get it. Long time ago, quick story. Long time ago, when I was in college, I had a paid internship. But actually, I had a job in a TV newsroom in Chicago. CBS, WBBM TV. And I started off, believe it or not, answering phones and literally taking messages. They didn't have voicemail. Not really. They had these little pads, and you had to write the person's name down. Who are you calling? I'm calling for Walter Jacobson to Bill Curtis. My name is John Doe. What's your number? Literally, that's what I had to do, and I hated it. Because, I was a pretty boy, wanted to be an entertainer, radio, TV star, but hey, it was a chance just to be in a TV station. Man, I come to work, I was the cleanest person in the newsroom. They're like, who is this dude answering the phones, just flying in anybody in the building? I digress. So much for the lack of humility there. We'll leave the ego and the narcissism alone for right now. But the point I'm trying to make is that I worked in a television newsroom. I started off answering phones. I eventually became what they call a production assistant. Basically, we would separate the news scripts and get them ready for the anchors and producers and people that ran the teleprompter. But one of the things that I learned, I used to always hear this saying, if it bleeds, it leads. Basically, bad news sells. People love train wrecks, even though they're horrified, but the curiosity, they want to see. Just think about it. You're on the highway, you're on the interstate, it's an accident. How many times have you been on a highway and you get in a traffic jam, and then when you get up to the area to where traffic is stopped, there's an accident on the other side of the interstate. But people on your side of the interstate are so busy watching, looking, gaping, they're slowing traffic down because they're slowing down to look at the crash. They want to see it's like, what, do you want to see death and destruction? Do you want to see a car blow up? Some of you all do. So, for years, the mentality of television news is, if it bleeds, it leads. People, viewers want to see, they claim that all the news it's always bad news. And they always talk about bad news, but they do it because they've got data that people, for whatever reason, curiosity's sake or whatever, they respond and they watch. And the more dramatic and the more it bleeds, it leads, the longer people watch and the more people tune in. They got data. The good news doesn't sell. Just like the internet, clicks, headlines, scandal. If it bleeds, it leads. That's the mentality. And that is the mentality with the Washington Press Corps. So that's really going to be my main monologue, because I really saw it on full display. The world saw it on full display. But I want to start off with some good news. You can now order free COVID-19 rapid test that will be delivered to your mailbox. Once again, the key word is free. Yes, you. Anyone you know, even if you don't have the internet, somebody you know, have them do it for you. You can now order free COVID-19 rapid tests that will be delivered to your mailbox. To order the test, all you got to do is go to covidtest.gov. COVID test, plural, with an S at the end. covidtest.gov. covidtest.gov. You can get up to 4 rapid tests per household. Free. Second of all, speaking of free, by the end of next week, you can get a free N95 mask from a health center or a pharmacy near you. All right, the White House is making 400 million. Let me say that again. 400 million free N95 masks available. So there's going to be a pharmacy or a health center somewhere near you where you can go and get your free N95. All right, and look, you get one. Because I know some of y'all are going in and trying to take the whole damn box. No, listen, roughly you got about 330, somewhere between 325, 330 million people in America, okay? The White House, they're giving out 400 million. So we got about 325, 330 million people in the country, 400 million free N95 masks. That's one per person with a few extra left over. Okay? So no, you can't have. What about? No. Look, bring your kids with you. Your sister, you know, she just had knee surgery or back surgery, or listen, we're not doing that. Some of y'all will be up in the barbershop and hair salon, on the subway. Yo, dog, you got them N95 masks, selling them. Stop it. I know the bootleggers are going to do what they do. The hustle and the grind is real. I get it. We already, you know how this is going down. There's always somebody in the hood that's got, like the movie, I Got the Hookup. Yo, dog, I got them N95 masks. Yo, dog, I got them COVID tests. What they going for? 2 for $25. Come on. You already know. We're not doing that. All right? So get your free N95 mask, singular, one per person. All right? It's going to be 400 million. It's going to be given out at health clinics, pharmacies starting by the end of next week. But you can order that free COVID-19 rapid test. Get like 4 per household. COVID test with an S at the end. covidtest.gov. All right, let me get into this presidential news conference. First of all, you got to really, really want that job to put up with all the bullshit. And I'm sorry, Mother, I apologize for my language, but sometimes you got to just call it like you see it. You have to really, really, really want that job. I know they say you got to have a certain ego. I can imagine, but you got to really, to try to do it right and to really try to make everybody's life better and not be on some anti-blackness, racist, white nationalists. Hey, now's a good time to start a new civil war type bullshit. You got to really want this job, if for no other reason, to deal with some of these members of the press. That's really not the press. I mean, you got these MAGA media outlets, MAGA worlds, the Newsmax. So this reporter from Newsmax, OAN, One America Network, let's see, Newsmax is the primary, well, of course, okay, Fox, fake news, the originator, the grandfather, the godfather of, hey, we are the network for all the races, all the bigots, all the sexists, all the misogynists. Now, I'm not saying that everybody that watches Fox fake news is racist, but if your ass is racist, if you are tootin' for a civil war, if you stormed the Capitol, if you were one of the domestic terrorists that was singing and chanting, hang Mike Pence and kill Nancy Pelosi, that bitch, if you were one of the ones that was saying that and had your ass storming the U.S. Capitol, engaging in an insurrection trying to overthrow the government, odds are pretty damn good your ass is watching Fox News, Newsmax, OAN, One American Network. And one of the journalists, really one of the assholes, who was disguised as a journalist and reporter for Newsmax, had the nerve to say, well, President Biden, you know, there's been a poll that says like 49% of Americans think that you are having cognitive issues, trying to say he's senile. What do you think about that? Basically, Joe Biden said, I don't think nothing about it, and just moved on. He didn't even fall into that trap. Now, me, I'd have been like, oh, really? You mother F. I wish a blankety blank would try to sit here and clown me at my news conference. As a matter of fact, I'd have had his ass escorted out of there. I'd have been like, Secret Service, handle my lightweight. Get his ass out of here. Oh yeah, I would have taken his press credential. As a matter of fact, no one at Newsmax, I would have stripped that entire operation of their White House access. Oh, and they would have filed a lawsuit. Oh, he's a dictator. Oh, you all are supporting the real wannabe dictator in Orange Hitler. I'd have banned their ass for eternity. As a matter of fact, you can't even fly near DC. You can't fly into Reagan or Dulles Airport. We banning your ass from being around. You can't even go to Baltimore. You can't even go near DC. If it was me. But Joe Biden, he took the high ground. He did. But you know what? He checked some people. Now listen, I've been critical of some of the things President Biden has done, how he's handled some things, but let's keep it 100. You know how many people has got at least one shot? I think we are somewhere close to 80%, somewhere in the 70s. I think mid-70s somewhere. I think I saw somewhere recently, somewhere around 75, in that range, the mid-70s, over 70%, approaching 80% of all Americans have gotten at least one vaccine. Nearly 70% have gotten both vaccines. Now, some of y'all are lagging on these booster shots that when this Omicron get a hold of your ass, okay? You can play around if you want to. You listen to my boy Stephen A. Smith. He got his vaccines and his ass almost died. As a matter of fact, not my words, his. He said publicly that the doctors told him had he not been vaccinated that he would not have survived, that he would have died. Not my words, not my opinion. That's what the doctors told Stephen A. Smith, and that's what he told the world. So you all can keep playing around with this thing if you want to, about I don't want to get vaccinated, I don't know what's in the vaccine, I don't know. Look, your ass, you got all kind of vaccinations when you were a kid. Like I said, some of y'all are popping these blue pills. Fellas, you're popping these damn blue pills so you can enhance your performance in the bedroom. Do you really know what's in that damn blue pill? You don't know what the hell is in it. And you popping them damn things like they wanted their vitamins. Heart about to jump out your chest. Don't give a damn. Long as you can perform in the bedroom. So you taking, eating, and drinking a lot of stuff, food that you eat and stuff that you drink every day, and there's stuff in it, and you don't know what the hell is in it, and you don't give a damn. So miss me with this, well, I don't know what's in the vaccine, and it takes vaccines 10 to 15 years to develop. Stop! If your ass don't have like a PhD in like virology, epidemiology, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So shut the blank up. Please. But think about it. So when President Biden came into office, first of all, 2 weeks before that, you had a bunch of domestic terrorists that tried to overthrow the government. And now we've realized how deep and how organized this plan was and still is. You didn't have a lot of tests at all. How many people? I don't even know what the number was. I remember, so President Biden came in, he said he had a goal. He wanted to get 100 vaccinations, 100 people vaccinated, or 100 vaccinations, because it was 2-shot, Pfizer and Moderna, 2 shots. So he wanted to get 100 vaccinations in 100 days. So that's roughly around 50 million people if you do the math. They got 200 shots, 200 vaccine shots in less than 100 days. 200 vaccine shots in less than 100 days. All right? People who needed money, COVID money relief, they got it. Cities got it. States got it. They had money for schools to help make the schools safer. Chicago, I don't know what the hell is going on in Chicago. $2 billion COVID relief money to help them do some things to try to make schools safer and provide masks and stuff. And I saw officials with the teachers union that said the money hadn't been spent. Mayor Lightfoot, what the hell is going on? What you doing with the money? She gonna buy a summer home with the money? What are we doing? That's a whole nother conversation. So you got shots in arms. You got 200 shots in arms in 100 days. You got COVID relief money. Then the child tax credit money. People got $250, $300 a month per child for 6 months. And it would have kept going. President Biden wanted people to continue to get that money, did everything he could. But 2 people in his own party, 2 Democrats, Grumpy and Goofy, Senators Manchin and Sinema, Grumpy, Manchin, Goofy looking Sinema, have basically decided, along with Mitch McConnell and all 50 of the Republicans, that they're just going to sabotage President Biden's agenda. Look, we ain't going to help this dude. We know he's an old white man like us, but we don't give a shit about him because he's trying to help these black folks and these brown folks and these elderly folks and poor white people. So you got these rich white people that don't give a shit about poor white people. And they showing you that. I've talked about that on this show so many times. Y'all got to understand this whole construct of race. It is made up. It was some shit that was literally made up, just concocted. There have been debates. There was like some German dude in the 1670s who came up with the concept, and then they came up with the concept here in America in like the mid to late 1600s. Matter of fact, Google Bacon's Rebellion. So there was a time in the mid to late 1600s. So you had like a lot of poor Irish people in America, along with like these enslaved Africans. And they were beginning to form a union. They were beginning to be like, wait a minute, the same dude is treating me like crap. The poor, the indentured servants, the Irish, and the enslaved black people's like, yo, we ain't the enemy. We are not each other's enemy. It's the dude up there with that big ass mansion that's pimping you and me. Just Google Bacon's Rebellion. Poor, working class Irish, white Irish, enslaved Africans were coming together to try to change the political, social, and economic conditions they were living in. Oh, you didn't know that? Google Bacon's Rebellion All right? So you got President Biden getting shots in arms, over 200 shots in arms. That was in his first 100 days. We have vaccinated more people in America than any nation on the planet, period, full stop. We have given out more free vaccines to poorer countries from an economic standpoint than any nation on the planet. COVID relief money, the child tax credit money, checks in people's bank account, $300, $250 per child. And the only reason to stop, because you had 50 Republicans and 2 supposedly wannabe lying ass, just player hating ass. We're gonna sabotage this white dude because we really down with this whole white nationalism. We're really down with this anti-blackness. You know, black folks have made too many gains. You know, it was bad enough you had a black president, even though he had a white mother. They never talk about that. Oh, he's black, he's a Negro, he's the N-word. Yeah, but his mama was white. They didn't talk about that. And he got elected not once, but twice. Made people's head explode. Oh my God. And then you got Orange Hitler. And then you got Joe Biden. And then a black woman is vice president. Listen, these whole MAGA domestic terrorists, they have been open. They're not like hiding. They're not saying it, shh, don't say this too loud, but we ready to start a civil war. Man, they are live streaming it. They're looking at every camera, every live Facebook and Instagram feed they can get started. We are ready. It's going to be a civil war. Yes, we are ready. It's going to be a civil war. They are telling you. They are amped. There was one dude that was at some Republicans event, like a town hall. And this white dude had the nerve to ask this politician, I can't remember his name, when can we start shooting? When can we get our guns and start shooting these people who don't support Orange Hitler's agenda? You can find the video. I'm not making it up. When can we begin shooting? And the dude tried to back away. Well, no, I'm not advocating violence. Oh, no. He almost choked on his words. And this dude, and he didn't have the whole skinhead Nazi look. Little Opie Cunningham, Leave It to Beaver, Wally Cleaver, clean cut looking. Goes to show you looks are deceiving. White dude. And stood there trying to articulate, I just want to know, when can we start shooting? When can the shooting begin? Because damn it, we are sick of these Negroes. We are sick of these, yes, all of them, yes, Antifa. You know, they always make this, every Antifa. Y'all don't, you couldn't, if Antifa slapped you upside your head with the all black and the A on their chest, you wouldn't know who the hell they were. And in spite of this climate, President Biden trying to bring people together. And for 2 hours, a significant number of people who should not have even had access to that news conference, because they're not news outlets. They push and peddle propaganda. Google propaganda. Propaganda basically is just lies to forward a political agenda. Fox News is the grandfather, the godfather. I used to call it Republican state TV. You know, in Russia I think they still got it called Pravda, which is, it's like their news, there's like their CNN, but it's run by the Russian government. It's run by Putin. So you dare not say anything bad about Putin or your ass will come up missing or dead, poisoned. Because Putin don't play, all right? Anybody knows anything about Russia and Putin, oh no. You say something he don't like, you get poisoned, even in another country. They poisoned dudes that was shake your hand and put some kind of invisible stuff in it, get in your bloodstream, and it kills you, damn near kills you. Oh, Putin is ruthless. And Orange Hitler, really, that's what he really liked to do. But these quote unquote news outlets, Fox News, Newsmax, One American Network, they're not news outlets. But still they got access. And then they ask these dumbass questions like the reporter, the asshole from Newsmax say, well, you know what, there's a poll says 49% of the Americans think that you are having some cognitive issues, that cognitively that you're not fit for office. Man, do you know I would have slapped the taste buds out of his mouth. And I'm not advocating violence, but that's me. President Biden took the high road and just said, I don't know, I don't agree, and just kept it moving. So, President Biden, I love the fire, and you know, he got grilled hard about voting rights. He owned it. He got a little defensive, and I get it, because he supported the Voting Rights Act. As a matter of fact, he was one of the key senators that helped getting the Voting Rights Act extended for 25 years. I get it. And President Joe Biden is a good dude, okay? Bottom line, he's a good dude. His heart, I don't care, because game recognized game. And one thing, I can spot BS. I can spot it, I can see it, I can smell it. The dude's heart is in the right place. Yeah, he's in his late 70s. He's old school. I get it. But his heart, nobody can dispute that his heart is not in the right place. Now, he said that, you know, I've always had black people's back. I'm still going to have their back. Now, has he done it to the level that I wish he's done it? No. And I wish I had his number to call him, because I would. I'd be like, hey, man, look. But I did hear him say something that he was going to do today. He said, I got to get out of here. And once COVID calms down, I got to get out, and I got to mingle. I got to get amongst the people. And that's what you need to do. But what you also need to do, President Biden, listen. You got to brag, man. That was Barack's biggest problem, which was a problem because it was a problem from a good place, because he's not a really super arrogant, look at me. He didn't take that job to benefit himself. He took the job because he really wanted to make the lives of all people, regardless of what you looked like and who you prayed to or who you fell in love with. He wanted to make the lives of all people better, especially poor and working class people. Now, some people may want to debate me, but debate me at me. Shut the hell up. I'm not even trying to hear that. See, because you complained about Barack Obama, and then Orange Hitler's ass got there and said, to hell with all of y'all. Y'all can kiss all sides of my ass. I'm a racist. As a matter of fact, I'm the president for all the white nationalists, and we are trying to take this shit back to 1821. If we could have our way, we would own you people again. That's the agenda. We got to start off by taking your rights to vote, and then we're going to nullify your vote. Even if you come out and vote in large numbers, we want to put people in positions, and it's already happened in states around this country, to where, you know, if a bunch of black folks come out and vote for a candidate, you know what? Too many of y'all voted. It must have been cheating. We are not going to even accept or count your votes. Throw them out. Voter nullification. That's real. That's your boy. See, you complain about Barack, then you got Orange Hitler. Then you was like, oh, snap. This dude is crazy, and he don't give a damn. Now, you're talking about somebody's cognitive issues. Orange Hitler, that's the motherfucker. That's cuckoo for Cocoa Puff crazy. Give his ass a cognitive test. Brown cow round. Don't even get me started on him. So President Biden, brag on what you've done. The unemployment rate is the lowest it's been in, what, a half a century? Yes, there's inflation going on. I'm not an economist. I think, now this is my theory. I think the reason that a lot of these prices, the gas prices, and food prices, I think it's intentional. I think these CEOs and people in positions of power are also trying to sabotage his agenda and his presidency, because they want that crazy ass Orange Hitler back in power. And they are doing everything that they can. Oh, you hear about the supply chain issues. I think it's intentional. I think these prices are going up intentionally. Now, you can say what you want to say. You can say I'm crazy. You can say whatever. And I don't care, because I tell the truth, shame the devil. I buy catfish all the time. Catfish, a pound, in like 2 years, 2.5 years. On sale, I could get it. There was one time I could get it for like $5.99, $6.99 a pound. Now it's $12 a pound. Chicken, everything, prices of how's it that everything has gone up? Because they dealt with a lot of these supply chain issues now. And COVID, for the most part, is under control, except for the people that don't want to get vaccinated, which I got a solution for that, too. I know you can't do this, President Biden. Listen, here's the bottom line. If you don't want to get vaccinated, fine. You don't want to get a vaccine. You don't want to wear a mask. You don't want to socially distant. You want to go ahead and feel free to just walk around and spread COVID and breathe on people and be like a walking COVID-19, like a sprinkler. Just a sprinkler, just sprinkling COVID-19 out on people. Fine. But if me or somebody in my family or someone or somebody else's family, if they get sick or die and they can prove that you, the human COVID-19 sprinkler, sprinkle COVID on them, they can sue your ass for everything you have and don't have. Now that would change some stuff. Don't want to wear a mask, don't want to get vaccinated. You spread COVID to somebody, they can sue you. How about that? I bet your ass will wear a mask then. I bet you get a vaccine. You find a needle and give yourself the damn vaccine. I digress. I know you can't do that. I bet your boy Orange Hitler, if he could, he would try to do it. He don't give a damn about the Constitution. His attitude is blank the Constitution. That's what he think about the Constitution. Shred it. Constitution don't apply to me because I'm almighty white man. Which, once again, this whole concept of whiteness is made up. It's not real. There's nothing in the human genome, in any gene pool, genetically, that will designate that you are white. You don't exist. President Biden, brag on yourself, and more important, you got executive orders. Man, you're going to have to be gangster with these executive orders. If Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema are going to keep being assholes, and you know these Republicans are going to be assholes and racist, and then they got mad, say, well, President Biden, are you comparing us to Bull Connor? He said, no, what side are you going to be on? Either you're going to support voting rights and civil rights. Are you going to protect the voting rights of black people and brown people and all people? So are you either going to be on the side of Dr. King or George Wallace, racist, segregationist governor of Alabama back in the 60s. You're going to be on the side of John Lewis in terms of how you vote to either protect voting rights or not protect voting rights, and be on the side of Bull Connor, legendary, racist, horrible sheriff in Alabama. We didn't want black people to have any rights, didn't even want them to exist. That's how he voted. They would vote against voting. They didn't want black people to have voting rights. They fought against it. They beat black people and poured water hoses on them and shot them and killed them and beat them like they almost beat John Lewis to death. And all the man wanted to do was to have the right for him and his people to vote, just like white people. So are you on the side, I'll say it, on making sure that black people have the right to vote? Like, once again, Dr. King, John Lewis, or are you on the side of black people not having the right to vote? Like George Wallace, Governor George Wallace, and Sheriff Bull Connor. So if you're not voting to protect voting rights, you are on the side of George Wallace and Bull Connor. So you can get in your feelings all you want to. Don't tell me how you feel. Show me how you really feel by your actions on how you vote or not vote, Mitt Romney, with your little plastic whiny ass. So if you're that offended, then go ahead, get Lisa Murkowski. All you need is 2 Republicans, 2 of you all, to replace Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema. So instead of this performative, how could you dare call me a racist? I'm offended. I'm offended because your ass know better. And your dad, Mitt Romney, George Romney, was a huge civil and voting rights activist in Michigan. He was the governor of Michigan. And he was the exact opposite of you. He believed in and fought for voting rights for black people. So what the hell happened to your ass? That's my question. President Biden, you got to be gangster with these executive orders. I don't care. They can scream and complain and bitch and moan. They can sue you. Go to the Supreme Court. Do what y'all got to do. President Biden, you got to do what you got to do. Sign these executive orders. Use the power to get some more stuff done. I'm telling you, President Biden, if you talking about that gangster checkmate move, you really want to checkmate. You want to really snatch up that queen off the board? Get rid of student debt. All that student loan debt, if you do 50,000. But if you really wanted to be gangster, I'm going to eliminate all student loan debt. Executive order. Write it, sign it. I'm telling you, you and your party would win by a landslide. Because young people who never voted, and even some not so young people, they're still paying off student loans in their family, would be like, wow, that's what I'm talking about, President Biden. Sign an executive order to eliminate, to erase student loan debt. Sign some executive orders. Be gangster with it. You got the Justice Department. You got the best lawyers on the planet. Just sign the executive orders. Let them sue you. Let them try to that's what Orange Hitler does. He don't give a damn. He's like, y'all can sue my ass. I'm going to do what I got to do. And y'all can fight it out in court. In the meantime, I can get some damage done. So you need to reverse that and get some good things done. To defend this democracy. You are on the side of democracy or dictatorship. So we know what side you're on, President Biden. Mitt Romney, you and your feelings? Thought somebody called you a racist? Well, show me you're not. You just get one more Republican and vote to get rid of this or do what you did to raise the debt limit. You didn't get rid of the filibuster. What do you all call it? Reconciliation. Reconcile this Voting Rights Act and the Freedom to Vote Act. Reconcile that and just get one more white person that look like you. Or maybe you could get Tim Scott that don't look like you, but act like you. Senator Tim Scott, right here in South Carolina. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, God. Most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Please subscribe, share, and like the channel, my YouTube channel, the show. Give me your commentary. Oh, I got a lot. Hey, mother. Wow, mother. Thank you, mother. Yes. My mother, you should be doing this show. I just read my mom's comments. Shout out to the Big Picture Podcast. Yeah, there he is. Shout out to you. I see you. I want to thank everybody for watching. All right, shout out to Mr. Markale Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. He is the CEO of Designer Cuts, the Charleston, South Carolina metro area. Check him out on Instagram, Kelby Cutting Up, KELBECUTTINUP. Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Allie Jones is on Instagram, underscores at line below at the bottom, underscore Lexi, LEXXIE, space, one space over, Nicole, NICOLE Designs, and Bruce Gage. Google search Bruce Gage. He is on Instagram, Miglio D, but the D is D-I. Miglio D, Miglio Di. It's Italian, so Miglio D. I didn't take Latin. So Miglio D-I, it's spelled Di. Miglio Di, but it's Miglio D Mario Uomo. Just search Bruce Gage on Google, and he's also on Facebook. But his Instagram page, Miglio Di Mario Uomo, is all his latest fashions. He got just some fly stuff for not just men, but women. All right, everybody. Time for me to get out of here. Folks trying to mess with my live feed. The heat was too hot. I don't give a damn. Oh, if y'all think it's hot now, you ain't seen no heat. Oh, the heat is coming consistently. Every day, or as Nelly would say, every day. Thank you for watching, everybody. I love each and every one of you. I really do. Even the haters. Because I was taught that. I was raised. I just don't have any tolerance for hatred and sexism and just hate in any form. Just because life is too short, y'all. Y'all tripping. You don't know. My grandmother taught me as a little boy, tomorrow's not promised to anybody, so y'all need to stop with all this hate. You're wasting time. You really are. Time that you think you got, you may not have. So stop hating. Really. It's just a waste of time and energy, because life would be so much better, and it's just so much fun, and it's less stressful. Man, you could eliminate hate and stress out of your life. You could have had 20 years to your life, I'm telling you. The next live edition tomorrow, Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching. And until Thursday, 6:30 p.m., as always, be blessed.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.